Hello, peoples of the internet. This is the Plastic Cannon podcast review for Assassin's Creed 3. If you like stabbing necks, stabbing people in the face, cutting them up, and then tomahawking them with a bludgeoning force of a tomahawk. Hello, and I'm Cody, and my co-host today is Vincent.
What's up, people? Alright, Cody, so we're going to break it right down here. There's a twist in the beginning of the game. You people will probably already know this.
Someone's leg off.
Yeah, something like that. No, you people will probably already know this if you've read anything about the game or played it by now, because we're late on this, but...
We sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that anyway. So there's a twist in the beginning. So we're going to go over and talk about some of the things that we liked about this game before we get into the story, So we'll go over the story later at the end of the review, and then we'll get to that. So Cody, can you start us off on what you like about this gameplay here?
Okay, what I like about the game is that, first of all, they simplified a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, thank you. It's not as confusing to figure out where your equipment is, or what you're gonna do and how you're gonna attack. You can just hold the bumpers or the shoulder buttons, and you bring up the menu, and it's like, okay, then press an analog stick and press A. You're good. It works. I like it. I also like how violently brutal this assassin is compared to all the others. As in the fact that you can hang people from a tree and use their bodies as a shield and then cleave their skulls open with a tomahawk.
It is pretty awesome and brutal.
I don't know what... I can't say what actually happened in George Washington's day, but I do know if I saw a motherfucker hanging from a tree and he just tomahawked another guy in the face, I'm shitting myself.
Oh, I'd be leaving. If I saw a guy wearing like a white jacket with a blue shirt, like going around hanging people with a rope dart. It's not even a regular rope. It's just he gets up on a tree, throws this rope dart down, and gets a guy in the neck and just stays there like a fish hook. And then he drops down the tree, and the guy's hung. That's it. He's done. That's one enemy down.
And it is awesome when you really finally understand how to do that. And you can lasso. You basically use that as a lasso, too, to choke the shit out of people silently. If they're walking by and you're hiding in the bushes, you throw that shit out, wrap it around their neck, and you're just like, you're pulling the scorpion. Get over here.
Yeah. It's great. The other stuff is pretty much any weapon you can pick up, you can use. You wouldn't think a rifle would be a great weapon to take from an enemy. But it is an awesome weapon. I've taken out militias of men with their own rifle.
Yeah, you pull one rifle off of them, and it's got that bayonet on it, and just turns it into a spear. It's like you've just gone, you've gone from badass to
being able to shoot a guy from a distance.
To walking genocide.
Pretty much. Other parts of this game, eventually later on down the road, you get a ship, and you have ship battles, and they are amazing.
Pirate.
I love the ship battles. They could be their own game. I hope Ubisoft makes their own game out of that engine that they did with it. Just make it more in depth, Yeah,
they need to, because that was awesome. Turning the fact that you're actually a privateer, the missions you do are private contracts. You're a privateer. You're a pirate. I don't know what else to say than that was awesome. Ducking and cover from other ships' cannon fire, upgrading your ship and shit like that, and just having to navigate through the waters and do the battle system.
And watching out for wind and adjusting your sails. When it's thundering and lightning out, you have to duck and cover because these huge waves are going to topple over your boat. I mean, it's not exactly realistic, but they have it in there.
Just the additional environmental hazards they put in there for us,
something not that we would expect. Basically,
no, it's definitely not something that we would have expected. But I mean, it's one of those
Also in those levels where you have to, watch out for the waves also can benefit you. Let's say another ship is trying to fire down on you. You get on the bottom half of the wave like a hill. All the bullets and cannon fodder all hit the wave and don't hit you. You're fine. And then you come up over the wave and you can shoot them. Or take out their sails or something like that and immobilize the boat. It's pretty awesome.
It really is. I mean, it's what they did with this game compared to all the other games they've made. It's truly what an Assassin's Creed game should be. I mean, the story actually flows pretty well, aside from a few parts of it where it's like, what's going on? I mean, there's 1 or 2 points where you'll have no idea what's going on if you never played them, but that doesn't really matter because it's not as...
Well, luckily it's a brand new hero, and you don't really have to worry that much. The only thing you're going to not be able to follow if you're a newcomer is the Desmond story, which is ridiculous, but, it's always been, so...
And surprisingly, it's actually pretty good this time. Like, you're not just walking around the room in a,
you jump in the Animus,
Yeah. I will say, though, I don't like it when it pulls up the, hey, you've got an email. I don't care. I don't want to leave the Animus. I'm happy here.
In previous games, I know the emails have always opened up some side talks. If let's say you're reading an email and then you go talk to one of your comrades or whatever, sometimes they'll open up additional dialogue. I know that. I didn't try it for this game. I didn't really care that much because the gameplay in the Animus was so much more better, and I cared so much more about that. Maybe on my 3rd playthrough of the game, I'll try it, but in this time, no.
But the what do you call it? The Ben Franklin's Almanac pages are just they're collectibles, right? It's not like just the feathers you would get before. These are a bitch because you have to chase them.
Yeah, so if we're talking about collectibles here, I don't know what the Ben Franklin collectibles get because there's a lot of them and they're hard to get because, like Cody was saying, they're hard to get because they fly around. You have to literally chase after them. And if you take too long to chase after them, they're gone, and you have to leave that section and come back later. It's really annoying. But the good thing about this game is you can unlock you don't unlock it, but if you go to a shop or something like that, or like a peddler, you can buy a map to see where they're all at. Same thing with all the other little trinkets and whatnots that you can get. One of the other trinkets you can get is a thing called trinkets for this old savvy ship guy, and
he's got a peg leg.
Yeah, his name is Peg Legs something or another. I don't remember.
He's literally got a peg leg.
No, he does, and he's always talking nonsense. But eventually, if you find him all these trinkets and you get these little map pieces that he sends you after, you get this little ring that can sometimes deflect bullets, and that's pretty goddamn awesome.
Yeah, they had the slip ahead Dale, cameo in there.
No, yeah.
It's like, for those of you who don't know what that cameo is, 1, you haven't been around long enough, and 2, it's a Metal Gear thing. That's all I have to say about that. So I mean, the game's fun. It's enjoyable. The story's actually pretty good. The character is cool.
Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot of complaints about the main character Connor not being a likable character, but I don't see that at all. I like Connor. I like him a lot. I like him more than most other characters.
I like him. This is how I put it. Normally, it's like white character, white hero, yay! Everybody believes the white guy. No, you're playing as an Indian dude, Native American.
I was gonna say not Indian, not like a Hindu or a guy who's got a doll on the top of his head. Not that kind of Indian. Native American Indian.
Teepee, feather, and tomahawk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, which are all literally in the game, so but he doesn't trust anybody.
Rightfully so, because they've been taking his land and killing his people.